Hi everyone, it's Marie. Happy Friday. Happy International Women's Day. Today I wanted to talk to you in my very first Facebook Live, which I'm a little nervous about, even though I do videos all the time and rarely edit them. But I wanted to talk to you about the pain of perfectionism. I myself, Marie Garvey, am a recovering perfectionist. I work every day at it. I was raised to be a perfectionist. I was very, very good at it. And until I really started reprogramming my brain and doing the hard work that I teach my clients every day in my program, I was exhausted by it. And the thing about perfectionism is it's exhausting. It opens you up to self-criticism. It's a complete self-sabotager. It is an unattainable goal. I mean, I think we all know that it's not possible. It's not possible to be perfect. We open the door to beating ourselves up constantly because we've put out a goal that we can never reach. We are, again, putting out something that we literally can never achieve. So how is that good for us? It robs you of joy of accomplishments because in my former life, I trained to do Mount Whitney. Hi, Stephanie. I trained to do Mount Whitney and climb it in a day. And I did it. I started at 3:30 in the morning and got down at 6:30. And what an accomplishment. But in my world, my old world of perfectionism, I got down the mountain much later than most of my group. And so I kind of robbed myself of that accomplishment until I looked back and realized, damn, I did that because it was not easy. And I was super critical of myself. And so here I made this huge accomplishment that I'd set out and made this goal. And because I didn't do it in the way that I had in my mind, I robbed myself of that joy. You know, being a perfectionist, we also never want to get anything wrong. And we work really hard. And the trap is, at least for me and most of my clients, is that we think it's a good thing. We think it means we care a lot. We think it means that we're a good girl. We think it means that we're responsible, that it matters to us how we behave in the world. And when we were younger, we probably got a lot of accolades for being a perfectionist, for caring so much, for working so hard. Good for you for giving 110%. And we got a lot of accolades on it, and so it felt good for us. That's how we started to build pride when we were a little girl. But when we get into adulting, it becomes harder and harder for us to be a perfectionist because the world gets a heck of a lot more complicated than when we were a little girl. And we take on more and more responsibility. And what happens is a perfectionist is a pleaser ultimately and wants to make everybody happy. And we do that at the sacrifice of our own happiness. And what we really are doing is placing everybody else up here and us here. And then we wonder why we're always so tired and why everything's our responsibility and why we just can't get any sleep. Thank you, Natalie. I'm seeing people join. It's very exciting. My first Facebook Live. And perfectionism is this nasty little game we play with ourselves that brings us pain that we don't even realize because we've created this scenario that's like a hamster brain in our head that we're constantly going and never getting anywhere because nobody can be perfect. And we never take any real compliments because we never did it in our head the way we thought it was supposed to be because, again, we're trying to be perfect. And if we really take a stark look at that, the real sad part about it is when we were a little girl and got accolades for working really hard and putting ourselves last and letting everybody else have everything and doing all the work, and becoming that perfectionist we were so good at, what we made a link to is the only way I can be loved is if I achieve. And that, to say it even sadder, is that I'm not worthy of love unless just as I am. I have to work my ass off. I have to make all these things happen. I have to be selfless. I have to be all these things in order to be loved. And so we get smaller and smaller and smaller in our own lives and put everybody else's needs and values and responsibility comes first. And we forget who we are and we don't feel important. And that is a tremendous amount of silent pain and exhaustion that we carry with us every day. When we're constantly giving and constantly trying to be perfect mom, a perfect work person, a perfect consultant for me, a perfect sister, a perfect daughter, a perfect wife, that is a friggin' lot of pressure we're putting on ourselves. And again, something that's not achievable. So what we need to really do is take a stark look at all the people in our lives that love us just as we are, and even in our worst moments, and show that evidence against this silent belief that we have to be perfect in order to be loved. We have to be perfect in order to get joy. And look at the places in your life where you don't have to be perfect and people still love you. I have a lot of love in my life. My girlfriends, from college and grade school and everything, my family. I have so much love in my life for people who just love me as me. But I didn't realize that for the longest time because I was working so hard to prove my love to people and earn my love from people because I was a perfectionist. And so I think sometimes people are proud to be a perfectionist and they use it as an excuse. Well, I'm a perfectionist, which somehow means to them that they're a hard worker, but at what cost? And I love that you want integrity. You should have integrity. It's fine to work hard, but at what cost? And when I started this group and to talk about crazy women in balance, crazy busy women in balance, it was because when we're a perfectionist, we're over caretaking in our lives probably. We're pleasing people. We're working too hard at the detriment of ourselves, and all of that comes at a cost. And we kind of get into motor skills where we just move, constantly moving to work hard, got to do this, and constantly put ourselves last. And we're disappointing ourselves every day in the little promises we made, but God knows we would never disappoint anybody else. And so perfectionism is this nasty ball that grabs pleasing and it grabs over caretaking and it grabs selflessness and it brings it all out there, and somehow we put it out as, oh, well, I'm a perfectionist. I care about what I do. We can care about what I do without the cost of perfection. And we need to start breaking that down and seeing for what it is. Because every time you're saying, I'm a perfectionist, you're saying, I think I need to work my ass off in order to be loved. I think I need to be perfect in order to have joy in my life. And that's a really sad existence. And it's an exhausting existence. And it takes a toll on us. So I'm asking you to take a hard look at your life and where you get overwhelmed and where you feel like you're out of whack. And see if perfectionism pleaser is going on. And if it is, really take a hard look at what that is costing you in your life, because it's most definitely costing you something. For me, when I realized that that was wrapped up in so many false beliefs about not being as important as everybody else, I saw how that manifested in my life, in every aspect of my life where I put myself last on the list and I didn't get my dreams. And once I let that all go and really did the hard work, which I work with my clients every day to do in my program, that you are released from that. I mean, released from that, and you have so much more energy. So I promise to make these Facebook lives and videos short. And so today I just wanted to put that thought in your head that you're worthy just as you are. You can be loved just as you are. You have love in your life in other ways. Just look at it and stop that hamster brain of perfection and start looking at your life and putting yourself first. It's not easy, and I can't just say with a magic wand, boom, you can do it. But with hard work and breaking down all of these limiting beliefs and stop beating yourself up, you can release yourself from perfection. You can be a recovering perfectionist like I am, and you can have so much more energy and joy in your life that you never even thought was possible. And if you want to learn more about that and how to do that, I'd love to do a private coaching session with you. Just messenger me and I'll be happy to talk to you. It's my life's purpose to help women break this down and find the joy and peace and contentment and worth that they deserve in their life, and not just give, give, give and overserve, overserve, overserve. So on this Friday, I ask you to take a hard look at your life and where you're over caretaking, where you're overwhelmed, where you're crazy busy and exhausted, and see if perfectionism is playing a role in that. And messenger me and let's work on it. Okay? Have a great day. Bye.